was Grand Rising, but at this point I think it might be early afternoon. But anyway, my name is Joe Hennessy, and I am a Starseed, and the name of this channel is The Children, and on YouTube it's Joseph Hennessy 1161, and I'm on a wee bit of a spiritual mission to lead people to the fifth dimension. Mother Gaia, Earth, you, whatever you like to call her, she's being fixed, being renovated. The Great Awakening is happening, the apocalypse, which is a good thing. It just means that we, the people, are sick and tired of what the nefarious ones do to us. We're putting our feet into the ground and saying, no more, this is going to stop. Slowly but surely, people are waking up. But in the Matrix, it's getting worse and worse. I so desperately want to make happy videos, talk about positive things. And there's a lot of positivity happening, but it's being portrayed as negativity, especially what the president is doing. People have no clue what he is doing behind the scenes. He's doing wonderful things for everybody on this planet. And I'm going to keep stating this. He was the 45th, the 46th, and the 47th president. And he's probably going to be the last president. Because the new government system is coming in to where people like myself and people out there who are kind, caring, compassionate souls who will work for the benefit of all humanity will be our new leaders on this beautiful place called Earth. So he's at the World Economic Forum last week, which is the New World Order, which are the people who think they have the right to tell us how we should live our lives and what we should be entitled to, what we should own, trying to get rid of all of our God-given free things that we're entitled to have as sovereign beings of God, trying to get you to get rid of everyday things like meat, gas. Really? Meat and gas? They want you to have carbon credits because, excuse me, they make up all the bullshit about global warming and pollution and rising water tables. It's all BS to make them money. And President Trump pulled us out of 66 useless organizations last week where they're just stealing our money for problems that don't even exist. Because these people like to create problems, and they're never going to fix them, because if you fix a problem, then you can't make any more money off of the problem. Just like sick people. So he's at Davos, and he's talking to the World Economic Forum, and he's reading them the Riot Act, telling them they're going out of business. Excuse me. They're going out of business. The British imperialism system is done. There's a new system coming in. It's called the QFS, Quantum Financial System. And he started the Board of Peace. And if you don't know what the Board of Peace is, it's going to replace the United Nations. Because the United Nations has done nothing in its whole existence. What problems has it solved? It's just another money laundering organization by the deep state to keep us enslaved. So he's starting a new outfit, the Board of Peace, and he wouldn't let Canada in it, or he let him into it, and then he retracted the offer because the idiot who runs the country up there tried to puff up at Trump. So at Davos, when Trump said they needed Greenland for security purposes, the United States, well, Mark Carney in the EU said they were willing to go to battle with the United States over Greenland. Really? How stupid are these people? But they had to retract all their statements because they knew who the real boss is. All Trump wants is everybody to pay their fair share. And nobody pays their fair share. All the countries, the United States pays for everything. And Donald Trump said this in the 80s and 90s. Why does the United States pay for everything in the world, especially when it comes to security? Because everybody hides behind the United States. We'll stick the big brother on you. But they're not carrying their weight with their financial responsibilities. But regardless of that, the New World Order is done. People are sick and tired, and if you're waking up, Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, George Soros, and our governor was there with no purpose. He tried to run down the world leaders by saying that they all should have brought their knee pads because they were getting on their knees to blow Donald Trump. And he thought he was being funny. He's saying this to world leaders. Why is he even there? He's destroyed California. He was with Alex Soros, which is George Soros' son. And if you know about George Soros, he's a Zionist who worked for the Nazis, who hates America, who funded Black Lives Matter and Antifa, and he's probably funding all the bullshit in Minnesota right now. And he was getting money from USA, so we were paying for all his terror organizations. And he's a billionaire, and he hates America, and he says his last conquest before he dies is to destroy the United States. And I can't make this up, or I could, but I'm not that smart. So Trump is at Davos saying they're done, and they know they're done. So the Board of Peace, the new United Nations, because like I said, the United Nations never done anything good. The first thing they should have done was give Hawaii back to the Hawaiians, and that's from my Hawaiian Starseed friend. They should give everything back to everybody, especially Palestine, to the Palestinians. But I'm not getting on the Zionist trip. But anyway, you can't believe the news. Why is our great governor in Davos acting a fool? He's the worst governor in the history of the planet. Billions missing. I can't wait for the fraud team from the federal government to come to California, because they say there's, at this moment, $250 billion a year in fraud. But I have to pay state taxes for what? For fraud. If we all stop paying our taxes or stop going to work, we could destroy their system in a matter of 10 days. It's not going to happen, because I understand people have responsibilities in the Matrix, but if everybody could do that and we were just to stay home, they'd be done, and they know it, because they need the cash and the negative energy flow, everybody going to work that hates their jobs. This planet is a slave planet, and I say that over and over again. And the one guy who's trying to free us, they're going to keep beating him over the head. But it's not going to work. Tried to kill him, tried to impeach him, tried to put him in jail, tried to bankrupt him. It never stops. And check out the man's demeanor. Does he ever seem too concerned about it? No. Because he works for the white hats. He works for the good guys. I always say, who lives in a glass house, start throwing rocks. Because we're all perfectly imperfect, and he's done bad things, I've done bad things. But if you're a light worker in a starseed and you've woken up, that's who we are. We're the people who have done bad things, had troubled lives, but we're the ones here to disrupt the Matrix, make everybody realize that better things are coming. All I ask for everybody to do is have a wee bit of hope, stay positive, even though I know everything around you is negative. Send love and light to everybody who's given their lives to this great battle to get us to the fifth dimension. I'm telling you, we all chose our life path before we got here. So people who are sacrificing themselves at this time are doing it for the greater good of us evolving to who we are truly meant to be. This planet is so much deeper than anybody could ever imagine. The things going on with aliens and humans, and all the different situations with the Galactic Federation and the white hats and the gray hats and the black hats. This place is so complex. I've been given the opportunity to do a little research and given the knowledge about what's going on Mother Gaia. The Galactic Federation, they're up there watching us do the work. We are taking this low frequency, third dimension, too much hate planet to a higher frequency of love, joy, freedom, where you manifest no wars, no anger, no lies, abundance for all. So I'm starting to go on and on and on. It's Sunday. I'm at Fiesta Gardens Park, here to see the hummingbirds. Well, that's kind of a given. So if you get a chance, every day it's so important for you to take your shoes off and put your feet in the grass. Got my shoes off, there they are, feet in the grass. Charging, completing that frequency of energy from the ground to the sky, to the top of my head, to my heart and soul, to my feet, and around and around and around like an electrical circuit. Because that's all we are, is energy. This is an avatar to have a human experience. And it's not the only avatar you've ever had. You've had hundreds of different avatars. Because that's what planet Earth is all about. Human experiences as spiritual beings. But it's a failed experiment. Free will planet. Free will ends up getting snatched away from the kids. God says enough's enough. Let's do a reset. But this reset is going to be so much better than all the cataclysms of before, where we got rid of everybody. Well, we got rid of most everybody. Always kept remnants of the past civilization. But this time, we're doing it. Me and you and I. We are light workers, star seeds, spiritual beings here to change this planet from darkness to light. So get out, ground, play, release that inner child. That's all I got to say today. Stay positive, be humble, be grateful for what you have, because there's so many people out there that don't have what you have. So be humble, be grateful, stay positive, love and light. Namaste.